Welcome back to Cocktails with Kurt. This is episode 13 and our second consecutive very special birthday episode. Today is Kurt's birthday. Happy birthday, Kurt.
Thank you.
And today's featured drink is the zombie.
It is the zombie.
That sounds ominous.
I don't know about ominous, but it's been one that I've been wanting to make for quite a while just because it looks kind of cool and there's a lot of stuff going on in it.
Well, why do you think it's called the zombie? I think that's what everyone really wants to know.
Because there's a lot of booze in it. And if you drink too many of them, you're going to turn into a zombie.
I see. All right, well, let's get to the booze. What kind of booze is in this drink?
Okay, so we actually are going to use 3 different kinds of rum today. We're going to use Appleton Estate Jamaican. We're going to use the Hamilton Jamaican Pot Still Black, which we've used before in the Jungle Bird, I believe.
That sounds right.
Hamilton Demerara 151. You know about 151? Everyone who went to college has heard about 151. This is every bit as much proof in that, but...
Well, tell us about that again, but I'm all of a sudden remembering when we went to Crujan in December and they said that they weren't making 151 anymore. Do I remember that right?
Yes, Crujan is not going to make 151 because they can't put it on a plane. The alcohol content is too high.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. So 3 rums. What else?
Falernum. We're going to use Pernod, which is an anise-based liqueur.
So it tastes like licorice.
So it tastes like black licorice. Yes.
Okay.
A little bit of grenadine. Everyone says you should make your own. I've never done that. It's probably easy. That's a lot easier for me to deal with.
Well, what's in grenadine? It looks radioactive.
It's
Or maybe not radioactive.
cherry syrup, I believe. I honestly don't know.
You know, I got carded one time trying to buy grenadine.
That's funny.
Well, it is because there's no alcohol in it.
Yeah, it's alcohol free.
Okay.
Fresh lime, as always, and then what's called Don's Mix.
Ah, Don's Mix. Why is this not called Kurt's Mix?
Because it was originally invented by Don The Beachcomber, who is the guy who invented the zombie around 1934. And the reason it's referred to as a mix, the story goes, is early on when he was running his bar, he started to have problems with people hiring away his bartenders and taking the recipes with them.
That sounds like a theft of intellectual property.
This was the 30s. So, so basically, what he started to do is he would pre-make mixes and give them numbers and put them in bottles. And so the recipes would say, rum, 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 this much Don's Mix, or this much spice number 1. So unless you knew what went into those.
Way to show trust in your employees.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's in Don's Mix? Surely at this point you can disclose.
At this point it can be disclosed, though allegedly he didn't do it by when he died. He hadn't really, he had not said what was in it.
Oh my goodness.
Various people, there was one person who found an old-time bartender that worked with Don The Beachcomber and actually knew the recipe, and that's how we get the recipe.
Oh, wow.
So basically Don's Mix is cinnamon simple syrup and grapefruit juice.
But ours is a little bit different.
Ours is a little bit different.
I know this because I just made this.
That's true. Which means we're going to have to try it the other way too, because, by the way, I've never made this before. So ours is a honey cinnamon simple syrup. So
and we didn't make this up.
We didn't make this
up.
up.
Who suggested that?
That came from Shannon Mustafar's book.
Your favorite cocktail book right now.
Yes. One of the interesting things she says is she highly recommends making your own rum blends. We haven't done that yet, but it sounds very interesting. And then she says, keep it secret. And the last thing that goes in is the Angostura bitters.
Okay.
It's going to get all done in a blender and then poured into a glass, and then we'll see what happens.
Great.
So there's a lot of booze that goes into each individual one.
Okay.
So, all right. So we're going to do 1.5 ounces of the Appleton per drink.
Okay.
So 3 ounces of Appleton.
So you're making them together.
I'm making them together.
So is that always, given that those occasions when we both want the very same drink, not, for example, like a daiquiri where you like yours a little bit more tart than I do, if we want the very same drink, do you generally make them together and then just split it, or do you make them separate?
It depends. If I'm doing a shaken drink, I usually make them separate because you only can put so much in here with the ice.
Okay, got
if
it.
I'm going to be doing a stir drink, I have, wherever it went, a very large mixing glass, twice the size of this
Okay.
one. And then I can do it all at once.
Okay.
So 3 ounces or 1.5 ounce per drink now of the Hamilton Pot Still Black. And then here's where the zombie bit comes in.
Yeah, so you mentioned people
2
who...
ounces of 151. Well, 1
Per-
ounce each
1
of
ounce,
the 150
okay.
of the 151.
So you talked about that a little bit earlier and alluded to or said that anyone who went to college would remember 151. What about people who went to college but don't remember that part of it?
Well,
Maybe you could explain again what the 151 refers to.
basically, we're talking about the alcohol content. So 151 is the proof. So that is roughly 75% alcohol.
Holy smokes.
75.5% alcohol. So this is not something that you really want to sip, or I guess you could, but your tongue is going to go numb pretty fast. It's an interesting sensation, done well. All right, so 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, so 1.5 ounces for our 2 drinks together. Half an ounce of the Don's mix, not the Don's mix, Don's mix.
No, the Donald is someone else, and we don't talk about him.
No, we don't. We try not to, at least.
So,
So 1 ounce for the 2.
okay, 1 ounce for 2, okay.
1 ounce, or excuse me, half ounce of Falernum, 1 ounce for 2. And an 1/8 of a teaspoon of Pernod. So I'm going to call
Wow.
it a bar spoon's worth because we're doing 2 of them.
I think the bar spoon might be a little more than an 1/8 of a
It
teaspoon.
would be a quarter cup.
Oh, a quarter teaspoon. Okay, for 2. All right then. Because a little licorice goes a long way.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't measure it over the thing. What if it overflows?
It'll be
Dude,
fine.
bartending technique. I don't know.
You know,
Oh, it did. It did. I saw that.
that is technique. 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Well, excuse me, 1 dash each.
1 dash each.
And then
It's all right. You're 52 today. Just wear the glasses. Everyone knows.
a teaspoon of grenadine. So I'll do 2 bar spoons. And then 3/4 cup of crushed ice per drink, so 1.5 cups of crushed ice. That's about right. Five seconds on high. We might want to move Minnie.
Mimi. She's going to get scared.
That's my point. We
What?
don't.
Quit. She doesn't hear. She doesn't want to. We don't want her to scratch our new bar stools. There we
No.
go.
All right. 5 seconds on high. All right.
So no tiki glasses.
No tiki glasses.
That's a disappointment.
Now,
If anything, you'd think a drink called Zombie would go in a tiki glass.
that's true. Actually make, part of it is, I'm not exactly sure how much glass I'm going to need.
Right. Didn't look like a blender did a great job there. I see big chunks.
Oh, it
Not
only
to
went
cast
for 5
aspersions.
seconds.
So presumably that's by design.
Yes.
Garnish?
A little more ice, and garnish with mint.
Freshly harvested from the cocktail garden.
Fresh from the cocktail garden. All right, like I said, I wasn't sure exactly how big the glasses needed to be, so I could have gone with slightly smaller glasses.
That's all right. I think we'll have to taste this for our viewers as well.
This is a
We
taste
don't
for the
want to lead
viewers.
them astray. If it sucks, we should tell them right now.
We should. And again, there are a lot of recipes, variations on this recipe, so we're probably gonna have to try variations too.
We may well. Happy
The
birthday.
zombie, thank you.
Quite tasty.
This is pretty damn good.
All right, with that, see you next time.
See you next time.